Hi, everybody. It has been a good while since I've made a video, and that's why I'm making one now because I feel like that part of me is missing. The last time I made a video, I think I was talking about leaving my apartment, saying goodbye to that part of my life, saying goodbye to everything that reminded me of my 32-year marriage that I left. And I stayed with friends for a few months while I looked for a place to live. And my dream was to live in the woods. And I've always wanted to live in the woods, in nature. And as I get older and as connecting to myself becomes more and more important to me, living in nature became more and more important to me. So I was wanting to talk about forcing things instead of letting things unfold, how they will naturally unfold, and what happened when I began forcing solutions in my life. And now I feel like I'm sort of caught in the results of that, and I would really like to share that with you all. It's been so important to me to follow my heart. Following my intuition has led me exactly in the right place. I mean, I started my blog, I started my website, and I was doing what I felt like I was put on this earth to do. And I feel so emotional right now because I realize that I am off track of that. And I'm grateful to know that because I am going to do everything that I need to do to get back on track. And I realized the way that I got off track was trying to force things. So I was trying to find a place to live. Staying with friends was great, and so I'm so grateful and so appreciative. But I wanted a place of my own, and I want a place of my own again. So I just got so panicked about not having my own place or not having a place to live that I started thinking, I know, I'll just go to Oregon and I'll just take a trip there, or I'll just go to Washington and get a place in the woods and look for a place there. So then I thought, no, wait a second, I'll get a roommate. Yeah, that's it. I'll get a roommate because then I can save money and then I can afford to have a place of my own. Because my idea was that I can't afford a place of my own in San Francisco where I live. So then I thought, well, in order to afford a place of my own, and now that I've quit my job, in order to afford a place of my own, I have to be like in the woods and isolated where a cabin where I don't have to pay hardly anything. And then I can get my business off the ground where coaching to help other women who might be in the same situation that I was in an unhealthy relationship, but in love with the man she's with and not knowing how to take care of herself in that situation. And to have the universe just bop you over the head with the answers and then you just leave the marriage. So I want to help other women who might feel confused like I did. So I want to concentrate on doing that. So I quit my full-time job and I think, okay, I have to go in the middle of the woods somewhere. But what ended up happening was every time I turned around and tried to force something to happen, the universe did not answer that. I tried to plan a trip to Oregon and Washington. The universe did not answer that. I put an ad out on Craigslist for a roommate so that I could share a 2-bedroom apartment in the woods in San Francisco with someone, and not one bite. I answered ads asking for roommates close to the woods in San Francisco, no bites. So every time I tried to force something, the universe said, nope, I'm not going to give it to you because that is not what you want. You are trying to make something happen that doesn't need to happen for you. So finally, I found this wonderful place in nature just across the bay from my city, and it's exactly where I want to live. I can't even believe I'm living here. And I'm in the woods. Yet I'm only a half an hour commute from the city. So I can work and do temp jobs in the city as much as I want to, and then come back to my little haven in the woods. The thing is, I've only lived here for a few days, and I am having this really lonely feeling come up now. I had gotten over my loneliness from leaving my marriage and learned to just love being with myself. But now that I am a little more isolated and I don't have everything going on around me like in the city, like walk outside the door and it's like, everything's around you. Um, things aren't as easy to get to as they were there. Walk outside your front door and everything is right in front of you. And that's what I've been used to for 20 years. And it's so quiet here, which is what I wanted. I was like wanting quiet so much. So I'm just saying that this is the perfect place for me to live. I'm surrounded by trees. I have a view of boats in the harbor, and I'm a half an hour commute back to San Francisco. And it just feels so different that it's like, be careful what you ask for. So now I'm going through this new transition of a different kind of loneliness. Now this isn't a loneliness of leaving my marriage and not being with the man I love anymore. It's a loneliness of actually being away from everything, which I've never, ever done before. But another thing that has happened is in trying to force all these solutions, when I stepped back and actually asked my heart, what do you want? It answered me with this wonderful apartment. And I think that the universe wants me to take my time and feel whatever I need to feel being semi-isolated. It's sort of like the universe is easing me into whatever my next steps are going to be. But I feel like out of that forcing, trying to make something happen, I have reverted back into working a lot, working my old dental hygiene job a lot, out of fear, out of necessity, out of old thinking that I have to work, I have to work, I have to work, I have to have money, I have to make money. When the reason I quit my full-time job in the first place was to devote myself to what I feel like my purpose is here on earth, and that's helping other women who might be in the same spot that I was. It's devoting myself to my writing. It's writing a book about my journey. It's getting back to my blog. So I hired someone to help me revamp my website, and that's down right now. So I kind of feel like I don't have any place to be. Here I am in a new place, only been here for a few days. It doesn't really feel like my home yet, and it doesn't feel like I live here yet. And I don't feel like I can write my blogs because my website is down. And I feel more isolated here, which is what I wanted and which is what I know I'm going to love. But I feel disconnected from myself now. And I know that it's because I was falling back into this fear-based actions, taking actions from a fear-based place. So I feel sort of a panicky feeling inside. And I feel lonely for companionship. And I felt that way before, but now I feel like that even more so out in the semi-wilderness that I'm at now. I mean, it is really just me. And this is a great thing for me to ease into, go back to my meditation. I was meditating 2 hours a day and I was on a routine, but forcing things so much to happen, I haven't been taking as good care of myself. So I just want to share with everybody that that feeling of got to get something done, got to do this, got to find a place to live, got to go to Oregon, got to go to Washington. I can't stay here any longer. That is a feeling of forcing. Stepping back, breathing in, accepting, letting the universe answer the call, letting your heart tell you. That's how I recognized that I wanted this place. Now I feel like I'm forcing again still. I have to figure out how to get to Target, how to get to Trader Joe's, how to do all this, and I have to figure it out now in order for me to get my routine going. It's just my old habit of trying to force and control everything. So that's why I'm doing this video, because it's been a long time since I have done what I feel passionate about. And so I have to start somewhere, and somewhere is the next step, and the next step was making this video. So now I'm going to start writing again. I'm writing my ebook about the transformation that I went through and the awakening that the universe gave to me, and the decisions I made that weren't decisions at all of mine. They were me being led. And yeah, that's what my ebook is about, how this all happened, how I was led by the universe out of my marriage and into this new place. So this new place, it's always a new place. And I am open to what's ahead of me. And my main thing is to stay connected to myself. And I've just recognized how I've lost that. Not lost it completely, because I don't think I can ever lose it now. The intuition is still there, and that's what's brought me here right now. So thanks for listening, everybody. Open your heart, accept what is, breathe, expand. And this helped me get back on track, because by doing these videos, I hear myself say what I need to hear. Thanks, you guys. My website is called heartbasedlife.com, and it is being revamped right now. If you're watching this video, it is August the 20th, 2018. And so it'll only be down a couple more weeks, because I have a fabulous web designer who's awesome. And it's going to be wild and wacky, and it's going to blow you away when you see it. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.